Hello and welcome. I'm Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well today. I'll be looking at the case of the three Chiefs fans that were found dead. And I'm just going up to Jada's. Thank you for your comments. This really sparked my interest here. That these three Chiefs fans were found deceased, frozen in the backyard of a scientist. Now, I must just say, I've literally just started recording while I was still looking at the charts. And the reason why I started recording was because I had plotted out these cards. Of course, I had put the comment here about Jada, but I only read the beginning, the three Chiefs found dead, and that's what sparked my interest. So then I see this guy was a scientist. Now, that's very interesting because that, for me, seals the deal. Because now the incident, I believe, happened on the 7th, was it? I'm just going to check my calendar. I'm going to do this live, guys. And I know you're telling me, yes, it's the 7th, or it's the 6th, it's the 7th. So the 7th, being a Sunday, and I had the fortunate opportunity, some would say, or some would not say, with Amazon, speaking to Americans and Canadians over the phone. And whenever we worked on a Sunday, we knew it was football day, right? So now, let's just look at the 7th to start off with, and I'll give you my path that I took, because on that day we see a mass of 8s, which is very concerning. Because in the main, in this case, let's say in this case, 8 will speak about health and wellness, balance of the human body, the biology of a human body. And when you have those amount of number 8s in that formation, and you look even the next day that we have those triple 8s lined up as well, this is massive, massive biological failure. Okay. Now, we get further confirmation on January the 9th that this was a murder of a group, 10-1, murder is the 9. So if we backtrack what actually happened here, and my initial thought was definitely a poison, but I only went up to January the 5th. And although we have that 6 there in the middle, which indicates to me the poison, it still didn't reveal to me the origin of this poison. So I included then January the 4th. Now, while meditating on this, I believe on January the 4th, we have evidence of a synthesized drug, is what I'd written down. Now, before reading the remaining of the comment, we could assume, let's just take, in other words, what I'm saying, let's take the scientist out the picture, right? Because what I was getting to was, this could have possibly been a party gone wrong where people buy drugs, the drugs happen to be bad, and they all died, right? And it felt a little bit like that, but it didn't feel right. Okay. But when I'm reading that scientist's house, now that's quite interesting, because that 4 is a medical number. The creation of 4 and 1 gives us the 5, which is a drug. Now, I would say, in my opinion, that this was premeditated, in that whoever produced that drug, creating a 5, a drug, a synthetic drug, so chemicals, knew of its intended or its potential outcome, and that would be death. That this drug was technically designed to kill. So let's look at the path. What I find very interesting is the path of the drugs or the poison. So that the January the 4th, we see evidence of a creation of a drug from 4 to 5. And the next day, that drug becomes the poison, the 6 in the day. I've marked it in red. 14.5 indicates to me the outcome there. This was intended. This was premeditated, and on this day, this situation was going to happen. And we'll get into the how and so on. But to answer your quick question, because I'm feeling a lot of you ask it, yeah, I would say it was ingested through food, combination of food. I'm feeling more food rather than, let's say, drinks, for example, or if they put the poison in the beer or the whatever, or hooligan juice. But I do believe it might have been the method used was food. Okay. So if these money laundering cases and these financial fraud cases, the motto is always follow the money, right? So in this case, we are going to follow the poison. So that we see the origin of the poison on January the 5th. We see evidence of that poison in double 6s, January the 6th, intended for harm, 15.6. We've got that 5 there, it's a drug, but it's poisonous. And we see on January the 7th, the mass of the 888s, that is complete biological failure, right? That's, even if you had 1 8 already, and that's why I say us being in an 8 year, please have your checkups, your normal checkups. If something's niggling you, go do it. This year is all about health and balance and well-being of the body. So let's take care of each other. All right, so January the 7th, we have the masses of the 8s. Now the outcome there is 16.7. The 6 is present. It's part of the death. 7 is a death. 7, if you look at it on a negative context, is the injustice of a death. Okay? So in other words, these guys weren't meant to die. They were murdered. We see January 9 reveals murder. And I tell you, just reading the scientist's house, and it just dawned on me and started recording. That 4 on that January the 4 is evidence of synthetic drugs. Someone would have to, we've all done chemistry when we were younger in school, concocted a concoction knowingly into a drug form, into let's say a social drug, whatever you want to call it, but would have dire outcomes. And if we follow the poison, it's quite interesting. All the 6s following up to the day of the murder. And the cause of death was brought about by this poison, but causing, you see the red 8 on January the 8th, causing biological failure. With a 9 in the day there, the 9 is murder, death. 17.8. Yeah, in my mind, in my opinion, there's no doubt that there was premeditated purpose for the synthetic drug to be used. And of course, I haven't gone fully into the story in terms of, did they know the scientists? Was there any kind of, but whoever made the drug, because we see evidence of production on January 4th, is responsible for murder because he knew, or she knew, I don't know if the scientist, male or female, knew, had foreknowledge that this was a poisonous drug that was created. So in my mind, definitely murder. And good news is, of course, you guys are going through winter, and I'm with you. You guys really have serious winters out there. Because the bodies were found frozen, we will have good biological evidence of what was going on in the body. So we look forward to the autopsy and follow the story closely. And once again, thank you, Jada, for your comments, and I appreciate all your comments. And all right, so let's see you in the next one, and please stay safe and stay alert.